Loneliness is an age-old phenomenon. Sadly, a moment of loneliness is where Stoicism is born. Everything Zeno owns is lost in a shipwreck. Seneca's best works are produced during his exile, when he is taken far from the people he loves. Marcus genuinely claims to be the most powerful man on the planet, yet he was also alone due to the nature of his reputation, power, and responsibility. He was alone, as you may be in this moment. It's true that life is like a never-ending war and a journey through unfamiliar territory. The Meditations of Marcus Aurelius contained this insightful idea. It was more than just a metaphor. He was engaged in battles and military campaigns for a significant portion of his reign. He once spent 7 or 8 years away from Rome, which resulted in a protracted amount of time spent apart from his family. His position as the most powerful man in the world came with obligations and power that often left him alone, which contributed to his frequent feelings of loneliness. I want to talk about some Stoic methods for dealing with loneliness in today's podcast, because loneliness is a genuine problem. Not simply the loneliness of being absent, though that certainly plays a significant role. Also included is the loneliness of the modern world and the loneliness of feeling cut off from other people. I want to share with you some of the wisdom that the Stoics have to share with us regarding these topics. There's a famous story about Stoicism. While strolling through Athens, Cleanthes hears a man berating and scolding himself in self-talk. "Remember, you're not speaking to a nasty person," Cleanthes tells the man as she steps in. Emotions of loneliness frequently set off a vicious cycle in which our withdrawal from other people results in emotions of insecurity and self-doubt. As a result, we often distance ourselves from other people. Not only does it lessen the burden of loneliness, but it also gives us the confidence to engage with people again. I really like the thought of Cleanthes approaching a visibly lonely, unhappy, and self-critical person and simply saying hello or something along the way, acting more like a brother or a friend. That is something I like. I do like the message he conveyed in his actual words, though. I believe that we need to remember that we are not horrible people and that the way we talk to ourselves matters, especially when we are experiencing deep lows, being in gloomy situations, and feeling cut off from other people. It is not a good idea to treat yourself like that. Until you learn to love yourself, that door is sealed to someone else, according to a moving line by the band The Head and the Heart. This sentence, in my opinion, is nicely put. It becomes challenging for others to perceive those traits in us if we don't think we're worthy of friendships, relationships, connection, or love. The first step in the process is realizing that we are not essentially evil people. Seneca advises us to treat ourselves with kindness, and we should make an effort to become better friends with ourselves. It's understandable why you might think that Stoics are some kind of heartless people, but that's simply not true. Look, if you want love in your life, then love, advises Seneca. Marcus Aurelius claims that he learned to be passionately free, but also full of love from one of his mentors. Do other people make you feel affectionate? It all comes down to what you put out into the world if you want to feel happy and appreciated by other people. It's about the energy you put out into the world, as the Beatles once said, since in the end, that's what you can control. Don't go expecting other people to validate you or give you what you want if you want to feel better. Give your desires away. Marcus Aurelius argues that we should engage in good deeds if we seek to feel positive and happy. In the same vein, we ought to show others love and affection if we ourselves long for it. We should treat every interaction with people as a chance to show compassion, as advised by Seneca. I can guarantee you that doing this will lead to inevitable results and rewards. Please make sure you have subscribed to the channel before we move forward. Come along and improve yourself. I work out alone the most of the time. Running is one of my favorite activities, and swimming is another. It suits me well because I find comfort in taking on challenges by myself. Still, I believe there's an indisputable charm to going through hardships and challenging projects with others. Seneca talks about his custom of taking the chilly plunge to start the year. Groups like polar bear clubs have been collaborating for ages to embark on difficult and demanding undertakings. The challenges we find intimidating while acting alone are frequently the most effective way to develop a sense of community. The act of overcoming difficult tasks with others has the power to unite people, whether it is through martial arts or events like Spartan races or through CrossFit gyms. which foster strong friendships among their communities. Marcus Aurelius has a fantastic statement that reads, "We're like soldiers storming the wall. What if you trip and need assistance from a friend?" When you're all struggling to do something on your own, nothing makes it easier to see that you're all in this together. So I believe it's fantastic to face discomfort. Generally speaking, the fastest way to join a tribe is to experience uncomfortable with other people. People who are at their lowest point, when they need assistance, when they are struggling, come together and learn how to be a part of an organization that isn't a top-down organization where we're going to tell you what to do, but rather a collective, a community-driven organization where we're all coming together and you're getting comfort from each other as you do difficult things together. The Stoics would advise you to have the courage to carry out that specific action. There are some problems that we probably shouldn't deal with on our own, and that's where a professional comes in. Philosophy shouldn't be the only tool in your toolbox. Marcus Aurelius was a person who valued domestic comforts. He makes the message in his book Meditations that you don't have to travel far, take a vacation, or engage in ostentatious activities in order to find peace. Peace can instead be found by withdrawing into oneself. When I feel the need to seek out external gratifications, as well as when I engage in activities outside of my home, I frequently remind myself of this wisdom. To find excitement, fulfillment, or sustenance, I remind myself that I don't need to embark on incredible adventures, travel to far-off places, or pursue exhilarating encounters. These can all be developed internally. Simple conversations with myself, times of introspection, or learning via research can bring the contentment and enrichment I seek. I don't have to go far from where I am. I can even find comfort and a sense of connection when I speak with someone on the phone. Even in the solitude of my own environment, this comprehension gives me a sense of peace and fulfillment. Not that I'm saying this to assert, don't be social. I am suggesting that we deceive ourselves into believing that we can find significance and fulfillment only by going out and doing things, but that is untrue. Wherever we are going, we bring ourselves with us. We can therefore obtain it from ourselves if we so choose. To be clear, while there are very few problems that walking can make worse, it is true that not every issue in your life can be resolved by going for a walk. Going for a walk can actually have beneficial consequences, such as relieving stress and calming the mind. I recommend going for a walk regardless of what you're going through, whether you're dealing with challenges, feeling angry, scared, or having a racing mind. It's possible to achieve unexpected results by moving your body while letting your mind rest for a moment. Step outside, and you may be surprised by what finds itself. Your difficulty may not be immediately resolved by the walk, but it can still provide priceless moments of peace and nature connection. Going for a walk can make a difference in everything you're dealing with, in my honest opinion. This video I hope you like.